Okay, so welcome back to another film review on Coach Cove's B-Ball Breakdowns. As always, I'm Coach Cove. Today we're going to stay right locked into this Lakers and Warriors Western Conference semifinal matchup. And the first thing I want you guys to take a look at is right here, this top block coverage that we talked about in the last episode. This is game 3. The Lakers are still in it. Right now, D'Lo is on top of Steph. He's not allowing him to just come get the ball. He's making him go through his chest and just blocking his path from making an easy play off the ball to come get an open look for the 3. Any cut that's going to beat us is going to be to the hoop. It's going to have to be a backdoor cut because we're playing top block coverage right here and right here on Steph and Clay. You can see Austin Reeves is also in it. Again, we see Dennis Schroeder playing the top block on Clay right here. And the Lakers are in this defense because it allows them to cut off one of the directions that Clay and Steph want to go. The Warriors are so good at beating you both going to the hoop on backdoor cuts and coming off to the three-point line, coming off of off-ball screens that way. So what the Lakers are doing are pretty much just cutting off one of those directions. They're forcing everything to go towards the hoop on Clay and Steph. And just one final example here. Dennis is playing it on Steph right there, the top block coverage. Just want to get you guys familiar with what I'm talking about because we're about to go into how the Warriors have adjusted since Game 3 on the offensive side of things and why it's been such a difference maker, the things that they've been doing. Just real quick, each of these next two plays are examples of the Lakers not staying between Steph and the ball handler. You can see they're not in the top block coverage. Vanderbilt isn't doing anything to keep Steph from coming to get the ball. And on each play, it's just a real easy bucket here for Steph. So Game 5 here, this time it's Bron on the weak side. Again, falling asleep, not staying in between the ball handler and Steph Curry. It's a quick little pass to Draymond, and this time Draymond just takes it himself. But you can see Steph is wide open there on the backdoor cut. This is an easy look here for Steph. They just don't hit him. Draymond is able to finish at the rim. So the biggest differences I saw in Game 5, and really what I think the key to the Game 5 win for the Warriors one, was just their execution on offense. And I noted 3 things that they did really well in Game 5 that allowed them to come away with the win. The first being how much they got involved, how much they got AD involved on the defensive end of things, how much they made him play the ball screen. You know, whenever they sent AD's guy up to set a ball screen, they either pulled up, attacked AD with the ball off the dribble, or they got the switch, and then they went back and attacked that matchup later. Throughout the game, you could see the Warriors actively trying to get AD out of the paint, actively trying to get him switched onto Steph or Clay. You see he's out of the paint right here, and that lane just opens wide up. We'll take another look at this play real quick. AD's been drawn out of the paint because he has had to switch onto Steph. Steph is just pretty much surveying. LeBron has ducked down in here off of Gary Payton because he's not a threat from the arc, so LeBron's sinking. We saw in the last episode how the Lakers rather keep a couple guys just glued in this painted area. If you're guarding Draymond, you're in the paint. If you're guarding Gary Payton, you're locked into the paint. So Gary Payton doing a good job to actually cut through to the open spot on the court, make something happen, make LeBron think about you. The longer that AD stays out of this painted area, the more vulnerable it is to attacks and drives like that. It's just really simple. I mean, they're getting AD involved on the defensive end, trying to make him work. And that does 2 things for the Warriors. It tires him out on the offensive side of things, so where he's not as big of a threat. And then it gets them easy looks because AD is he struggles to guard smaller guys on the perimeter. So they go to it on their last set call in the first half. Same thing, dribble handoff, get AD involved. LeBron not willing to get through the Looney screen, and AD just doesn't want to step up. He doesn't commit to the closeout, and Clay's going to knock that over you every time. And then to open the half, we get the same exact action right here. Draymond has set a ball screen on Steph. They've gotten the switch, and now we're just attacking AD off of the dribble. Going right at him. Draymond actually screens his own guy, Austin Reeves, again after the switch. You can see Draymond screens Austin Reeves right here, just takes up this clogs this lane up. LeBron not willing to step in off Gary Payton. Questionable, because LeBron should be in the paint. It's just way too easy of a look for Steph. So another key to the Warriors' success, we had getting AD involved, but the other one is just transition. And those two kind of go hand in hand because you can see, 6 seconds into the shot clock, the Warriors are all in the front court. We're ready to get into our offense. And AD, being as slow as he is, he's the last one back. So he's got to guard Clay or Steph because those two are in the back court. So because the Warriors are willing to get the ball up the court so quickly, they're taking early shots. You can see them actively looking to push the basketball. Whether or not they get a good look off of it, they're actively trying to just run up and down the court. And that gets AD kept out of the paint even more so because he struggles to get back on the defensive end. And when you just push the pace, it keeps him out of the paint. So that's exactly what the Warriors are looking to do. I've said it before and I'll say it again. AD just has to do more on these ball screens. I want to take a look at a couple of his closeouts on a couple of different of these actions. I said in the last video, like, he needs to get a foot above that three-point line, like we just saw him do on Jordan Poole. AD's got a foot above that three-point line. He's able to affect this shot from Jordan Poole should he want to pull up. And I think this is the way the Lakers have to play it from now on. He needs to cut Steph, Clay, Jordan Poole, whoever off from taking this shot, because from the crypto logo that's in his bag, Steph's going to hit that every time. Maybe not every time, but it's a high percentage look for him. On this one, you can see AD just sitting in the paint on Looney. Doesn't even come up to contest this three look from Clay. This is not ideal. We get just a dribble handoff, ball screen action right here. AD glued in the paint. Shows no type of activity, no type of blitz action on the ball handler to get a hand up and affect his shot. On this one, they DHO with Braun, and that's what I want to see from AD. You got to get in front of the ball handler as a defender. You got to be able to cut his path off from the rim and affect his shot if he wants to pull up. AD is just reluctant to get out to that three-point line and affect jumpers. So, like, the next 2 minutes, the camera goes blurry. The TV wasn't in focus, but the original clip was 17 minutes. We cut it down to 2 minutes just so that the rest of the video doesn't not make sense. So we saw this a lot in Game 5. Just Steph willing to go coast to coast, no one getting in front and stopping him from getting to the rim. And that's exactly, like I said, what the Warriors are looking to do, because the more that you can beat the Lakers down the court, the more that you can keep them from getting into that top block coverage, and the more that you can allow Steph and Clay to get free looks, because they don't have to worry about having one of their directions cut off. They can just, their ability to change direction becomes more effective when you beat them down the court, because the defender, whoever's guarding Clay and Steph, is worried about them getting to the rim rather than them coming up. And the top block coverage, that we're worried about them coming up. That's why we're in it. But we're running fast and we don't have anyone back. We got to protect the rim. And then that opens up free looks for Clay and Steph to go out to the three-point line. So the keys to success in the Warriors Game 5 win was their ability to run in transition and beat the top block coverage down the court, their ability to get AD involved because it got them good matchups on Steph and Clay, and it got them separation on a screen to go and change direction, open up that change of direction thing. And then also was the fact that Wiggins and Draymond they had a hot start, basically. They were going early. They each had double-digit first halves, and when you got scoring like that to support Steph, Clay, and Poole from the three-point line, the Warriors offense just looked really good in this game. Didn't have a whole lot of turnovers like that one. They held onto the ball. They were playing team ball. It was really fun to watch them get open looks. But even still, I think that the Lakers have the upper hand in this series. They definitely have the size advantage. They have the paint advantage. They have the free throw advantage. But I just think that the way that Darvin Ham and LeBron have come up with this scheme to kind of suffocate the Warriors from the three-point line is really being effective. It's really giving Clay and Steph a hard time. And even though the Warriors are getting open looks, a lot of their open looks are three-pointers. And it's just like the sort of quality of shots that they're getting is not as high, I believe, as the Lakers' quality of shots. The Lakers are just, it's kind of like a team ball versus one-on-one ball sort of clubs. LeBron, D'Lo, AD, those guys all go one-on-one and then look to kick from there. Steph and Clay, and Draymond, they work off of each other. They're meshing, they're in sync, they're cutting. I mean, I just think that they're working a lot harder for their open looks than the Lakers have to. I think that AD is just so good down here. I don't think the Warriors really have an answer for him yet. If he can be on his stuff in Game 6, then they're not going to be able to compete, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see, though. So just to show you guys what I'm talking about with the Warriors, getting difficult shots right here. So we got the matchup we want with AD, but Dennis Schroeder ends up coming up to play. And I'm just saying, like, I don't think these type of shot making from Steph is really sustainable for the next 3 games if they have to win all 3. I just think it's going to take a toll on him. We need more offensive production from somewhere. We got to keep running in transition. Got to keep setting ball screens early and often for guys like Steph, Clay, and Poole. And I don't know. I just don't see any way that the Warriors can come out with this series with the limited production they get from Draymond and Looney in the block. There's really no answer on the defensive side of things with AD on the block. And unless the Warriors come out and change something drastic, I just think that the Lakers have more answers right now at this point. One of the things that the Warriors have done in Game 5 to kind of help their chances and get out in transition is to blitz these ball screens. So you can see Draymond right here. He's coming up and blitzing Austin Reeves on this ball screen, really just leaving AD, relying on our backside rotation to help to stop AD from getting in the lane too far. And we're just working to recover now at this point. So Austin Reeves does a good job to get it to Brown early, and just not enough respect given to Wiggins. From Wiggins to Brown on that outside three-point look. But it's a good job from A. Reeves right here not to, panic, just to be patient with the rock right here. He sees two defenders on him, and he gets it to the open guy as soon as he can. That's all you can ask from Austin Reeves. I would much rather see them get beat on a LeBron 3 every possession than have this sort of drop look right here with Looney and just give up such an easy lane to the rim and allow them to finish over us at the rim right here. So this is the drop coverage rather than blitzing the ball screen. Looney is playing beneath where the screen is set, the level of attack he's playing beneath the level of attack right here, not blitzing the ball screen, not making a ball handler make a decision. He's retreating towards the hoop right here. And Lonnie Walker just comes in and hits a really difficult shot over him, but I'd rather see Looney get up and hedge this hard and blitz this ball screen a little bit. You can see Poole is kind of pinned on this screen right here. Looney, I'm allowing Roy Hachimura to roll through here. I'm relying on our backside rotational help with DiVincenzo and Wiggins to be there for Roy in the lane. And then I'm giving up open looks to Schroeder and Brown on the wing. Once these dudes cut, we just got to get back over and step back in the lane. But I'm more comfortable with LeBron hitting these open looks, hitting open threes, than allowing guys like Walker, Schroeder, D'Lo to get all the way in the lane right here on a dribble handoff on a ball screen. So I think that the Warriors need to continue blitzing because that'll allow them to get out in transition, which is what they're looking to do. I think that the reason that the Warriors were able to take Game 5 was their offensive production and the fact that they were able to execute their game plan. They got open looks on the three-point line for Steph and Klay just by being relentless sort of with the dribble handoff action, the ball screen action, just getting ball screens early and often for those guys. Getting AD involved was a huge key to their success, and then running out in transition. Those are the things that they got to continue to do moving forward in this series if they want to have a chance to take Game 6 and Game 7 and move on to the Western Conference the Western Conference Finals. It is going to be difficult because I do believe that they are undersized. I believe that the Lakers are the better team. I don't think that the Warriors have an answer for LeBron or AD in the block. And Schroeder, D'Lo, Lonnie Walker, those A. Reeves, they've all been playing really well. They've all been outplaying guys like DiVincenzo and even Wiggins and definitely Moses Moody and Gary Payton. I just think the Lakers are deeper. They're more talented. They have better offensive schemes. They're more versatile in their offensive attack. And yeah, I don't know. That's how I see that's how I see this series going. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you're learning something. I will probably stay locked on this series if it goes the distance to 7 games. If the Warriors can take Game 6 as well and we get a Game 7, that'll be really exciting, and we'll definitely be locked on that series for this channel. But moving forward, we'll go Western Conference Finals next week and the week after, and then we'll get into the NBA Finals from there.